once again, everyone. One-Eyed Magi here, is coming to you once again from the Wizguard realm. And today I find myself standing in front of the villager breeder we built in the last episode. But as you may notice, things have changed a bit. Let me show you what I've got going on. If I can hit the right button. Because I suck at this game. Alright, so what I got going on over here is I've started to build a god machine around this. I've run a few potatoes through just so I could get some test subject villagers. Actually, before I go further, I actually did end up getting somebody pretty good out of here. I'll fly up here. Here's Milton, the guy who used to own the mending shop. If you remember from the tour video, he had a 22 emerald price on mending. Well, this guy, Malik, over here, has 16 emerald price. Also, he sells protection 4 and impaling 5. I'm pretty happy about it. Alright, so back to what, if I can get through a door, back to what I was showing off a bit ago here. We are building the god machine around this villager breeder now. This isn't anything particularly special. I can show you what it is right now. Let me go up to this level of it first. This here is any villagers born will just plop down in here and they will flow along these water streams and be pushed down into this chasm. And then down in this chasm is, do I have any ender pearls on me? I don't. Let me go grab some really quick so that I don't get myself stuck. Okay, so this is real simple. They just fall in here and then they end up getting pushed this way into a block of air there so they don't drown while they grow up. And then... okay. And then from there, once they grow up, they will come into here and will come up this channel. And they'll come in here and they'll be pushed over here. When they're standing on this platform, they turn on that light, letting me know that there is in fact villagers in the system ready to be processed. And so yeah, what happens is when this light's on, I'm gonna have a button here, but right now it's a lever. So I'll hit that, and it sends a minecart. And why? Hang on, something went wrong. Usually it'll pick them up every time. I don't know why it didn't pick him up. Let's try it again. Takes a little bit for him to load, but it's fine. I didn't pick him up again. It must be... it works. It worked in my testing. Maybe it doesn't work in the last one if they're standing in a weird place. That'd be my best guess, but honestly, I don't really know. There we go. For some reason it just wasn't catching him. Whatever, I'm sure I can figure that out in the future. Must have picked it up. Okay, cool. So yeah, what it does is it'll bring them here so that I can process them. It's a little interview station, I talk to them, whatnot. And then what this will be is I'll either be able to choose yes or no. And if I choose no, they will fall down, or I think either way I'm gonna have them fall down here. I haven't entirely worked it out yet, but and then the ones that go no will go into a chamber where I can kill them, and the ones that I choose yes will go into a storage array in this building. The plan I'm thinking right now, since I want to do a nice big church here anyway, is I might do like a nice like church exterior for this place. To be kind of the temple, or the temple of the island, like for the religion that we do here. But I'm not 100% sure on that. If you've got any other ideas, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear them. And so, yeah, And basically how this works is when there's a villager in there, they're standing on that pressure plate, so it sends a current underneath which lights up this light. And then I could put minecarts in here to fill into the system. And there's a button here, so that'll send a redstone wire here to activate this dispenser, which shoots out a minecart, goes right past, picks them up, brings them to me here. And so I wanted to show this off before I got too far ahead of it, because I've been on a roll. And so yeah, I'll just letting you guys know what's up. I'll be back to you when I've got a little more done. And I'll see you in a bit, I suppose. Hey all. So it's been about a week since I recorded that last clip. I've had a pretty tough week. Rain, putting out my internet, being really sick, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out, and I've been waiting for that for 14 years, so I needed to play that. But anyway, during the time since that last clip, I did get this thing finished. Mechanically anyway. And I'm going to show you all how it works. So I ran it for about 5 minutes. I ran the potatoes for about 5 minutes. And this is what we've got for villagers built up. So what you'll do here is when you get villagers, you can see them in there. Come over and you hit this button. It'll send us one. And see we've got a nitwit, so we decide that we don't want him when we push the button on the red block. These numbers here actually designate what the farmers trade in the Emerald Exchange, and therefore allow me to determine if I want to take a farmer or not. And then these are just basic trade materials that I can trade with them. So let's go to the next one. Librarian, Sun Flame. So let's see if they've got anything worth having really quick. Just kind of show you how I do the interviewing here. Come up to them. Do that, wait for the trade to upgrade. Come in, buy a compass, and wait for them to update. Sorry if my cough is worse than normal, I'm still not 100%. So we got a bookshelf. And we get some glass. And then that should have the other two books unlocked. Luck of the Sea 3 and Respiration 3. I don't really need those, so I send them away. You notice you hear the piston fire, and then that thing turns on. So, okay. So how this works is, well, let's go over here first. So how this works is it's fired here. This is redstone torch will be lit under there after you push either of these buttons. But it comes down here, and if you reject them, they go up this way, and if you accept them, they go down this way. So if you reject them, they come up here like this. You can see in this cell, you can see them down there. They come up here, and then they go through there. And in there, they'll hit that rail there and be pushed off there. They'll activate a tripwire, which will open the floor and drop them down. Then the minecart will go up there and break and be sent away. It doesn't return every minecart, which I wish it did, but I don't know what I did wrong there. And then this here is just an on-off system that will allow me to turn on and off the potatoes coming out. And right now it's off, so. And then the villagers come in here after they're rejected, and I can just do this and get rid of them. And the reason I choose to kill them manually is because killing villagers manually doesn't make the village breeder stop. And it also allows me to collect the villager heads. And then in here, if they're accepted, they come into these cells. You see I've got one accepted over here. And how this works, come in here, is this guy, the reason I kept him is he's got Silk Touch for 5, which I love. I'm going to end up moving him to the Silk Touch shop. And then let's come down here first. I'm just going to give you a guideline on how this works if they're accepted. So they come in here like this, and they'll hit this, and this will get a redstone current turning it. So they'll come here and they'll go around this corner, And they come down here, shoot across here, and then up here. Where this cell is full, so that they'll just go past this one, but they'll go to the empty cell, fall in here, and their minecart will be pushed. They'll hit this rail, which will activate it, and it'll push these up and then these across, so that it'll fill out the rail. And then they'll wait in here. And then what I can do with this kind of thing is I can just like remove these blocks and then put a rail here and just send them out when I want them out. I'm not entirely done with like that part of it yet, but like basically all I need is structural, and that'll be just a little bit of post construction work, I guess. And so yeah, and then yeah, when they're in there it's ready, and when they're not it's ready to accept. I can store up to 6 separate villagers in here at a time. Sorry, I didn't mute that. I should have. And yeah, so I'm going to finish sorting out the villagers and get this all built up. When I get an idea like on how I want to do it more, I'll get back to you. Just kind of showing what I got here. I'm gonna have some walkways around because I want to have like a rail line here that pushes out. So that's how that's gonna be. And then we got the door over there. And I just want to build a big building. That's going to be like a large tower off of it, so I want that to be bigger than the rest of it. So I'll get back to you when I'm getting it looking good, and we can go from there. I'm back, and when it rains, it pours. I spent the last couple days stressed out again. I'm going to have another eye surgery. I thought I was going to lose my other eye. All that good stuff. It's been one of those weeks, or 2 weeks at this point, I guess. So I got a little further ahead than I was expecting I was going to. I needed something to take my mind off of it, and frankly I just was not in a mood to record, so I do apologize for that. But let's show where we've gotten now. So as you can see, I've got the building actually completed. I've pretty much got this entire farm completed now. I apologize for not doing it on camera, pretty much any of it, but I needed to do it. I needed something to get my mind off what was going on. So, here we go. I mean, I know I already showed how it all works, but obviously simple deal. Push the button, get a villager, say hello to the villager. 18, 19, 19. No, he's not worth keeping. Reject him. I AFK'd this overnight, and it's still fairly early in the day. So I got a lot of villagers still backlogged waiting to grow up. I did redesign this down here so that it would work better. I was having some issues with villagers getting cramped up against the things and not going in. So I built a better mechanism that would store more and would allow them better in and allow me to see it, so it did break again, I'd know. And then all this. I've got a lot more villagers in the cells than I had before. And this is what I was talking about being able to send them out, is with this I can just kind of hop them, like set up a couple rails here, set up a couple rails through there, and then hit the button or pull the lever behind them, whatever, and send them out. So that's how I'll be getting them out. And I got some pretty good people here. What does this guy sell? Sharpness 4 and Curse of Binding. And this one over here is Protection 4 for cheaper than Malik's got it. Silk Touch option is Silk Touch, but I don't really need the Silk Touch. I've saved him for the Protection. Or was it Protection? Whatever it was, you saw what it was. Protection, yeah. Silk Touch, yeah. So I got a couple decent villagers here, and I got this farm working, so now it's going to be a nice part of the island that I go with from now on. Probably from here I'm going to be building up. I was talking about making it like a temple exterior. I know I said to put that in the comments, but I really wasn't expecting to get as much done as I did, and I ended up just kind of building this up. I really like how this turned out. It looks nice, but it's not a temple or anything. So I'm probably going to end up building a temple in here somewhere still. and then all the houses. Probably put some kind of wall over here, maybe a tower wall on the end corner here, just to kind of block this off. And then large mansions and stuff back here, the embassies. And yeah, I mean, I apologize for not getting a lot done, and frankly, I think this is going to be the end of this episode. It's been a really bad week. I'm sorry it's not longer, and next week, I might be able to get one out next week, but I've got surgery on the 20th, and what happened is a piece of islands from a surgery 18 years ago at this point that wasn't properly removed has now drifted into my vision, and so I have to get that removed. So, yeah, it's not as bad as some of the other ones I've been through, but it's not great. But I'll be fine, and it just might be a while, might be delaying videos for a while. So, if you guys like this, I mean, it'll really appreciate it if you just leave a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I promise it's not always going to be this short or this kind of so much happening in between kind of stuff. And I appreciate you watching it. Thanks. Bye.